So what if I told you the secret to creating a wildly successful product has almost nothing to do with features and everything to do with a feeling? Today we're going to dig into the power of human connection in design and why really understanding people is the ultimate competitive advantage.
Oh, we've all been there, right? You unwrap a gift and it's a sweater that's 3 sizes too big in a color you would never, ever wear. That specific feeling of being completely misunderstood, that's what we're talking about today.
Because that's exactly what's happening when we design products for total strangers. We're basically buying a gift with our eyes closed, just hoping it's a perfect fit. And let's be honest, most of the time, it's not even close.
Okay, so this leads us to the single biggest trap in the entire design process. It's an assumption so simple it's almost invisible. And wow, is it dangerous.
We've all thought it, haven't we? Hey, I'm a user, so of course I know what people want. It sounds so logical, so tempting. But it's a bit like a doctor trying to diagnose their own illness. They're just way too close to see the full picture.
And let me be super clear about this, that one thought can sink entire projects. When you design for yourself, you're building a perfect, beautiful solution for an audience of one. So why aren't you the user? Well, for starters, you're biased. You know the product inside and out. Every little shortcut, a real user, they're coming in totally cold. Second, your tech skills are probably way above average. And most importantly, your goal is to build the product. Their goal is to solve a problem in their life. You're basically living in 2 completely different worlds. So here's the crucial takeaway. This is the mantra every great designer needs to tattoo on their brain. I am not the user. This is your shield. It's what protects you from your own assumptions and forces you to go out and find real-world evidence.
Okay, so if we're not the user, how in the world do we get to know them? It all comes down to research. But not all research is created equal. We're on a hunt for 2 different kinds of truth, the what and the all-important why.
Let's break this down. Quantitative research. That's your numbers, the what. It tells you what people are doing on your site, how many clicks, where they're dropping off. Then you've got qualitative research. This is the good stuff. This is the why. This uncovers the human motivations behind those numbers.
Let's make this real with a classic example. Imagine you're running an e-commerce site. Now, your analytics, your quantitative data, tells you that 70% of your visitors are on their phones. Awesome. But then you see this. Only 35% of your actual sales come from those mobile users. Oof. That is a huge, expensive leak in your bucket.
So the numbers tell us what the problem is. We have a problem. But they can't tell us why. Is the checkout button broken? Is the site just clunky and untrustworthy on a small screen? Is it impossible to type in your credit card info? To find that out, we have to do something else. We have to, actually talk to people. And this is where the magic really starts to happen. This is where we shift from just counting clicks to truly understanding people. This is where we find that why, by actually listening, using techniques that uncover human stories and motivations.
So let's look at 3 really powerful ways to do this. We've got in-depth interviews, this cool thing called contextual inquiry, and good old-fashioned observation. Each one gives us a unique window into a user's world.
Just look at the art of the interview here. A bad question gets you a dead end. Do you use recipe apps? Yep. And scene. Conversation over. But a good question that invites a story. Tell me about the last time you cooked something new. Suddenly, you get this whole narrative about their messy kitchen, their frustrations, their little moment of triumph. That's where the gold is buried.
Contextual inquiry. Man, this one takes it a step further. It's this beautiful mix of interviewing and observing. You go to their turf, their office, their kitchen, and you just watch. The master-apprentice analogy here is perfect. An apprentice doesn't just ask questions, they watch the master work, right? They absorb all the little habits, the unspoken workarounds, the things the master does without even thinking. That's the level of understanding we're chasing.
Okay, so you've done all this great work. You've interviewed your users, you've observed them, you now have this mountain of raw data, hours of recordings, pages of notes, transcripts. It can feel like total chaos. How do we turn this beautiful, chaotic mess into something clear and actionable?
This is the moment where so many projects just hit a wall. All this rich, amazing, valuable information about human behavior is fantastic, but what do you actually do with it? How do you make it useful for a whole team of engineers, marketers, and designers?
The answer is actually super elegant. You create a persona. A persona is a fictional character, but, and this is the most important part,
You build them not from your imagination, but directly from the real data you just collected. It's a composite sketch that represents the real goals, behaviors, and frustrations of a larger group of your users.
And they are just incredibly powerful for 3 big reasons. First, empathy. It's just easier to design for Melis than it is for the user. Second, focus. If you try to design for everyone, you end up pleasing no one. A persona gives you a clear target. And third, communication. They get your whole team on the same page, building for the exact same person.
All right, let's see how this actually works. We're going to create a persona from scratch, let's say for a healthy meal planning app. So let's meet Meshkul Melis. Okay, so Melis is 32, a marketing manager in bustling Istanbul. And a little fun fact, her first name, Meshkul, actually means busy in Turkish, a little detail we pulled from our real-world interviews. She's smart, she's successful, she wants to be healthy, but after a long, draining day at the agency, she's just wiped out.
And this right here, this is where the real magic happens. We're not just listing facts, we're outlining her inner world. Her goals are crystal clear: healthy meals, fast, and with less stress. Her frustrations? Oh man, these are so relatable. Overly complex recipes, wasted food, and that pure dread of having to go grocery shopping after an exhausting day.
And this quote, which we would have pulled from a real interview, just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just a data point anymore. This is a human being with a real emotional problem. For Melis, the mental load of deciding on dinner is the final straw. Any product we design has to solve this feeling for this person.
So I'm going to leave you with this. Go ahead, pick your favorite app on your phone, the one you use all the time. Now try to picture the person it was really, truly designed for. What are their specific goals, their deepest frustrations? Who is the Meshkul Melis at the very heart of that design? Because once you start seeing the human behind the product, you'll never look at technology the same way again.